Okay, next.
My name is Jerry Tree. I'm 66 years old and had been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease since 1994, 12 years ago. I'm diagnosed with end-stage Parkinson's, which means that the drug therapies that have been provided are becoming less effective. But I've been blessed during this time to have been able to observe the research that's being done for Parkinson's particularly, and am so impressed with the great number of developments. Recently, I participated or attended a conference where they had a review of the research for the last couple of years and the prospects for the future. And it was so hopeful. For myself, I hope to benefit from some of this research that is new research. I have benefited in drug therapy and hope to benefit with regard to surgery, which may be possible, which is considered deep brain stimulation, which is something that is relatively new. During the time I've tried to keep current with the research for Parkinson's, I've observed the discussion about stem cell research and embryonic stem cell research. And I've thought often about what I would do if that potential solution to my Parkinson's, the cure to Parkinson's, come about as a result of the use of embryonic stem cell research. And I've concluded that I would hope that I would not make the decision to go ahead with such surgery. I make this conclusion because I'm impressed of the need for our generation and for our culture to pass on to future generations a healthy respect for life. In the past 40 years, we've seen the slippery slope and unintended consequences. We've seen the abortion decisions, and who could think of the number of abortions that have taken place since those decisions, or the evolution to the kinds of abortions which resulted in the partial birth abortion. When we think of the in vitro fertilization, who could have thought of when those practices were first started that we'd have procedures whereby we differentiate the embryos being put in the mother's womb as to which might be best for achieving new birth, or the separation and segregation and storing of them for the future, or maybe to be disregarded. During today, I sat here and listened to the proponents and opponents, and I'm so impressed. I'm particularly impressed with you, ladies and gentlemen, who have stayed here through the day to listen to the opponents of this bill. And I encourage you to do what has been advocated, to give this more consideration. What is the answer to provide a better way of life? To pass on to our new generations a better culture. As to the decision with regard to embryonic stem cell and adult stem cell, I've heard that to some extent we can do both. I would encourage you not to consider it that way. It seems to me that it's important to make the decision for life, to consider coming down on the one decision that an embryo is life and we can't destroy it. But as in so many cases over the years, the better answer may be the harder answer. The better answer being what we've heard by this young lady at the venture capital people. The money's going where the results are showing up. So maybe we can make a higher decision with regard to embryonic stem cells and still alleviate the hardship to people with disabilities.
Thank you very much. Any questions for this panel?
Your effort.
Thank you.
It's terrific.
Thank you very much. We appreciate your time here today. We have one more person who signed up in opposition, a Kevin Bruffy.